Hey, my name is PolishLynx, and we continue Rising Angels, Fate's Allegiance. 2 minutes to reversion, Commander. Are you trembling? This is the best part. We drop out of shift into a giant enemy fleet and are forced to blast our way back to freedom like heroes. That's the stupidest thing I've heard today. Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, you obviously popped torpedoes into carrier trying to unload these bombers, cause a chain reaction that engulfs the entire fleet, and then blast the survivors on our way out of the system. It hurts to say this, but we don't have lasers or bombs. We can pretend! Well then, Mr. Pilot, we're going to have to dodge them all by yourself. I glance back to Sol, but he doesn't seem to be interested in our little banter. It's nothing out of the ordinary for him to be grumpy, but him participating might mean less pacing behind me. Reverting in 2, 3, 2, 1. I brace myself for the screen to land up with a signal of those relative fighters and cruisers to come bearing down on me. The excitement bred to me serving about the Xeon made the revert from shift the most exciting part of the patrol. But the Nimross doesn't get such excitement. One glance across my panel shows nothing. No asteroids, no fighters, no anything? I plant this thing off in the distance, but that's not exciting. Where's the ambush? You didn't really think we were going to be attacked, did you? I was still hopeful. Peace is always better than war. I guess you're right, there could be a secret smuggler base on the planet. That's not quite what I meant. Anything on the rudder? Dust. I think I might have spilled a little of my water on it. On the radios. Static. So the stem is dead. We're in it, so it is alive. All dead here, sir. Please don't make me dead, sir. This is the right system, right, Arya? I think so. You're not sure? I just need to see the star charts to be positive. Are adopting me. Said to go here, so we went here. This is good. We're expecting to run into any trouble and there is none coming after us. That's not what... Your wants are not commands. Wants... And it will be best not to air those thoughts at the moment. Sorry, sir. Major, take us in slowly. Lieutenant, keep both the passive and active burning. I don't want anything catching us off guard. Sir! Captain Moonfollow! Wake up, Faye. Sorry, I was taken up. Get a cup of coffee and start working on gathering plunder data from our sensor, whatever IDHAS has available. Okay. Is everything alright? I want to do this fast and hard. We find the crash site, we locate any survivors, and we jump out of the system, fast and smooth. It might not be that easy. We have a large block where the shuttle might have crashed, and it's going to take a while to find any wreckage. We have 96 hours maximum. We are expected to report in an all-core system in 7 days. I don't remember Commander ever caring where we were before. That's because we're under Saito jurisdiction. Regular space sector isn't as generous with its assets being out of position for too long. Understood. I'll start working with Sergeant Griffin to get your gear loaded up in the shuttle. Who gets to be the lucky one who flies the shuttle? Obviously I get to go because a navigator is obviously the best person to coordinate the search and rescue operation. I can't find my shuttle! I would love to go if I were the gang, but also I must stay behind and mend the Nimross. No. I beg your pardon? All 3 of you are going with the away team. I want all hands involved with this one. I'll stay behind and fly the Nimross. Brianni, could you take the controls while I have private word with the commander? Roger! Alphonse pulls himself out of the seat and takes Sol over to the noisy corner where the fans drown out their conversation. I knew I should have told him I couldn't hear people talking over there. Why does he want all of us to go? Probably makes it look better when we do the photo op at the end with the whole crew there and the rescues. So we care a great deal for the people of the system. You say that like it is a bad thing. When your family has used you in so many political moments, you start to see the place people make elsewhere. I don't care. But I care. It's our duty to help those as only heroes of our stage can. and because bad things have already happened to my family, I'm not going to let something happen to Face while I still have the power. We have to work hard for her sake. Exactly. I shall be accompanying the shuttle as lead pilot. What did he say? Don't fret, we spoke out our difference and came to an understanding. Alphys goes back to focusing the ship's controls, leaving me to worry. So he's doing something because he's spun up as the commander and Alphys can't talk him out of it. We talk about the relative fleet waiting for us, but something caused this shot to go missing. It could very well be a missile launcher over some smuggler's site. Gigastar will just have to show her new meaning how it is done. Rescuing Face that will be a snap no matter what threats await. 3 again. Zuri or Zuri? Whatever. What does it say? It looks like a hospitable atmosphere. Jungles take up a large portion of the landmass. Is it just hot or hot and humid? It looks like fairly humid based on the number of storms I'm seeing. The computer can give me a good reading until we collect more data. Bleh, hot and humid places are a nightmare for my wings. My tail gets all puffy. It's hard to keep it clean when it gets like that. There is so much green down there, it feels like the world's creator just dumped a whole bucket of dark green paint on this side of it. Brown was all I ever knew growing up. Tan dark brown, inner shade of brown, reddish brown, just all different shades of brown, desert. Anytime I'd see green, it was just a trace amount in a little plant that would soon be in my belly. Who would go to a place like this willingly? If there wasn't people safe on it, I would never come anywhere close to it. Why can't we rescue people on a nice, warm, barren world? But it's the perfect environment for cute, fuzzy animals. I bet we find all sorts of cuddly cats. I bet they aren't as beautifully fuzzy as your tail is. Thank you, I will hard keeping it fuzzy. But I don't think you'll be meeting any good animals this time. You'll stay with the ship while we recover. No! Faye, take care of your body. No! The cute animals are going to be there next time. But my father might not be. I will save you in that's final. I pull her close to and hug her tightly. It's going to be okay, Faye. I'll protect you down there. Thanks, Dory. Fear not, as long as she takes her medication at the proper time, there's nothing to worry about. Faye pats a small brown satchel on her hip with a large red plus sign on it. It won't leave my side. Hopefully. I don't want to leave you all in danger again while I rest in the medbay, knowing it is my duty to save my dad. What's she doing? Faye's still chatting at me, but I'm distracted with something more important. I still my mind, lean my wings out to catch the flow of the air on the ship. It's hardiness than we've controlled airflow, but I've spent enough time on Nimross to know how it should flow. It's her but I can build the slight disturbances that are made when she moves. My heart's beat threatens to drown it out, but the good warrior knows how to still their nervousness. The engineering world, she's going back there again. Is it really okay? Yeah, just need to go check on something on the mission. Don't take too long, I not will want to explain her plan to you. Hit the things with my tail, I got it, be back soon. I sprint down the hall, using my wings to give me a little bit of a lift to lighten my steps. If she hears me clanging down the hall, I might not be able to overhear her. A warrior shouldn't be sneaking around, stopping wrongs need to be addressed head-on with honor. But not, the whole crew could be in danger. I need to protect her, I mean them. If that means I need to take the scholar approach this one time, then I shall atone for it later. Stopping next to a metal gate. Great, sorry, I use a trick that Kylie showed me to pop it off. The dim passage goes off into a dark abyss. Hopefully, if I remember the layout correctly, it should take me into the bottom of the engine bay in the engineering ward. It's a super tight squeeze and I can feel the horn tip of my wing scrape against the metal. I really hope Kylie was making this up. Too tight, everything closing in on me. Now if you can survive being a hatchling, you can survive this. Don't think about how cramped it is in here and how the metal is closing in around you. Not I hope you appreciate how much torture I'm going through to protect you from your new girlfriend. Finally I pull myself out of the metal piping and into the fresh air and beautiful glorious light. My sigh of happiness is cut short as I see Arya working on the console. I wish I had something of my own to record her, but the new camera system slowing down should be able to pick her up. I probably could have avoided the whole metal maze of anguish now that I think about it. There was no need to have suffered. Well, there's nothing like being there in person to hear if someone's going to betray you. If she doesn't, I'm even right here to tell her I'm sorry. I just hope she's upstanding. Even if our paths don't walk together anymore, even kill her just thinking of her, I don't want that least hurt her anymore. Something's not right here. Saying such words before an operation is a curse. Or it might be the forewarning that stops us from walking to the bad situation. In decisiveness kills more operations than bad planning, bad tactics and bad luck combined. I tap my fingers as I look over the computer returns on my datapad. It's standard for all shuttles to have an emergency locator beacon, right? Indeed, most ground sector units also issue them to all members just in case lines dissolve and soldiers go missing. Then why can't I pick up the lost shuttle's beacon? More importantly, why can't we pick up any transmissions of any kind from the surface? Sergeant Griffin had said that I had been using and listens into the static. It's just borrowing all static. I programmed the scanner to hop between standard frequencies, but the system isn't picking anything up. She has a hand to science me. I guess she really likes listening to static. There's something there. I think you've been listening to the static long. Some shows nothing on the noise floor. Trust me, I have listened to more static than I ever wish to hear again, and I can tell you that there's something slightly melodic about this static. Listen to static? After the Mega Blades, there's nothing worse than listening to static. Break that some member of the recent dead calls back to tell you life still blooms in their base. I'm sorry. For what? For what you had to go through. Do not be so egotistical to presume that your actions had anything to do with battles past. Don't be sorry, be glad that such atrocities have not befallen you and your crew. But I am positive that there's something there. It is on all the channels you are hopping around on. But that's crazy, that's a massive frequency spectrum. Crazy does not deny its existence. This is your professional purpose, is it not? To find the truth, but where do I find it? Okay, let's assume that Sergeant Griffin is correct for a moment. There's something out there that is sitting just above the signal floor and my system can pick it out. Admit that the Nimross's central computing power isn't the greatest, but it is more than enough to cope with the basics of my automatic program. I point it where I want to pick stuff up. It sees the signals hopping the spectrum, compares to the database of signals I might be interested in, which is all of them at the moment, and alerts me. Think, Natalie, what might be causing this? Okay, maybe the problem resides in the radio receiver on the Nimross. It's entirely possible that there is a bad receiver that's causing this. It's an easy problem to test. I just need to take one of the other radios and call myself. Time to use this fancy internal communication system. Bridge, this is Major Puccile. Bridge here, madam. I'm going to be taking Acom 4 for a minute to do a radio check. 1 second. All yours, Major. I pull open the configuration window on my station and plug in the same frequencies as my collection. Set a short transmit delay. Go test! This the case as Nimross, radio check. This the case as Nimross, radio check. It's can hear you loud and clear. Guess it means that our receiver and are picking things up. I'm a little disappointed it wasn't something so simple. Thanks, Bridge. Reduce yours once more. Cut to me, damn. It is entirely possible that we are just receiving static, but my software is doing something to it that is adding the melodic hum that Sergeant Griffin is hearing. Bad software flaw. It feels like a long shot. If it wasn't breaking it out correctly, I should have gotten a warning. There are several built-in tests that should tell me. Run, my little tests. It could be that my software is making a squeal. That would be a nice simple solution to this oddity. It would, but it isn't. The tests are coming back within standards. It is possible that the program is still defective, which would make the test invalid. It could be, but that's the game of what ifs. If we would be here all day and still be no closer to the truth. I'd like it, but this appears to be a dead end. Equipment is good, software is good, environment is next. Okay, so it looks like the noise floor is right there and nothing is hopping over it. My software should be able to see it. But what if my software is working well? I can't focus on the relatively small sector of jungle to find the lost ship. What if there's something out there transmitting on a large band of frequencies? Then my system would scan across if the area was large enough. I need to check a different area. I've got a good feeling about this. Drifting. There! Sure enough, the further I sweep my collection around, the lower the floor goes. It does move a lot, but enough to tell me something sitting just above it. It takes me a couple of valuable minutes of playing around with the manual controls, darting in and out, but I get a sample of it broken out. Now we run it through the database. Do you have a guess as to what it could be? Not a clue. I can think of something that transmits that broad on the RF spectrum at that low amperage and only reaches roughly 100 miles in diameter. Could it be any routing weapon system? If it is, I have never heard of it. Something that stealthy would have been big news for in our community. One probably match found with 89% confidence. That's Bellino Onilab crystal signal. Forgive me, but I have never heard of it. It's not Onilab. Kika must have gone in and changed it after I told her I was going to give it an official name. It was signal that caused destructive resonance in our Bellino crystals. We nearly died because of it. But it isn't the same. There are differences in the modulation. I think this is old school chirp spread spectrum. But what will be transmitting that much, that wide, and that consistently? It makes even less sense than there being something there in the first place. I'm afraid it's beyond my training. I stared at a little sine wave bouncing across my screen. You aren't the monster that brought me down before, but you are similar enough that it would be foolish to ignore this. What are you, little wave? You think it could be some sort of targeting radar signal? I'm afraid I don't know. I'd have to get closer to the source to get more information. Is that dangerous? There is a slight chance it could mess up our Bellino crystals, but it appears to be different enough to not have that effect on us. What effect could it have? There's only one way to find out. I don't like that line of thinking, Major. It tends to kill the one having it. Without risk, there's no reward. Nah, there you are. I've been looking for you. Everywhere for you. Mind your rank lands or you don't barge in the super officer's office like that without being called in. This way more important sort of stuff. I talk to you now. It would be nice for you to be respectful to me. Oh, come on, Natalie, shut up. Nat, when have you ever? I get it, it's all got to you as well, huh? No more being friends with me. It does matter much, but there's something you need to know. I think you're going into a trap. I see Sergeant Griffin's eyes narrow as she looks at Zuri quizzically. She seems to have a slightly better understanding of these matters than I do. I followed her a couple of minutes ago. She's bad news, not super bad news. What was she doing? I followed her into the engineering bay where she called someone. She told them she's about to pick up the package before quickly disconnecting. There's no extra communication like there. I remember when we were making our last calls before. We all had to do it from the bridge. Kai must have had one installed for her private use. I swear she has one back there. It seems really out of place for her. Not to mention the improbable. How could she even know that Kylie had a secret comlink connection to her console? I don't know. And then there's this package. If she had a package that she had to retrieve from that crash site, she would have told us about it. Unless it was highly legal. Does Arya seem to be the type who would be involved in a drug trade? Yes. Yeah, just look at her, revealing clothing that is also meant to bait you in. Ship that couldn't make the trip, no proof of the person we have to find. Not there is bad news. None of that proves anything's real. It is all circumstantial evidence that does not up to conclusion. It does. This does make any sense. Mystery, consoles, packages, a tiny girl who is down her luck equates to a drug lord in her mind. For once, I'm on Zuri's side. I admit I don't know as much about Arya as I would like, but I'm a pretty good judge of character. Okay, someone who thinks that is not a good judge of character. I think Arya is exactly what she claims to be. It would be rude of me to completely dismiss her claims without a little investigation, since even I had that thought at first. Right, sorry. So, step cameras in the engine bay and all outbound communications are logged in the central server. If what you're saying is true, we can easily prove it. I am telling the truth! Don't you help me, please? Why don't you trust me? I do, Tori, but I just need proof. Is my word enough anymore? There is no answer I can give that does not trouble, so I just lean into my datapad and get to work pulling up the new security system. The system shows no external calls were made any time other than the usual daily reports made by Sol the last day. Maybe it is because the system is legal. Kylie had to have contacts. For her smuggling stuff, right? She might have worked with her before it makes sense. It does make little sense, though. I always get the impression she never did anything directly with external groups. So you believe me now? A lack of proof is not proof. But there is no way the cameras have been tampered with. Sol himself installed them and they are pointed right at her station. Whatever I did, we can see. Justice will be served. Major, I already pulled the outfit from the time period the lieutenant would have been there. Would have been there? That doesn't sound like a good choice of words. Unfortunately, good and accurate are in two different places, just like the two people Zurich said should be in this. Huh? There are no personnel in the engineering bay. That's not possible. I should be right here. I was peering out. There's nobody there. Then the cameras have you standing around the second ring hallway. I was never in that area. I give you my word as a word that I will not lie about this. God must have tampered with the solder. Do not record anyone using that console. Won't you believe me? I'm doing my job as the security officer and trying to protect you from yourself. A note of anger is twisting my heart with a painful grip. You said that you didn't want to look along the path with me. You refused to talk to me for almost 3 weeks. You spent days before kissing me and promised me to be there beside me. Okay, Natalie, that girl is not cute. Sorry, but she is not. At that moment, she has nice hair, but she's not cute. She's the dangerous threat, okay? It's not like that. I might be more inclined to believe you if the evidence wasn't clearly against you. It's being hacked. Computer, are there any errors in any of the security footage files? Errors detected. I don't lie to you, Nat. The first lie you've ever told me was the one where you said you'd always be there for me. Do you know how much that hurts? I'm trying to protect people with death crystals. It was dangerous and you handed it over to monsters. I support my fellow comrades. What does that make me? A dumb scholar who can't see the truth. You've always been blind to what really matters and I hope I could show it to you. I thought you were there. What mattered to me, but then you walked away. It was me, it was you. I bent over backwards, trying to be the warrior you wanted me to be. Then why couldn't you? The fact. Turned against everyone I ever loved. Voluntarily throw my life away to become a wanted criminal. Think what is right, me. Sometimes you have to give up what you love. And you seem to have already done. You gave up for some two-braid criminal without a second thought. Her words are more bitter than any copy I've ever made. I'm not stunned by them, but anger that has been bubbling inside me takes advantage of my brain's paralysis. At least she was there for me when I needed someone. Lil, back me up. Lieutenant, it is clear that your anger at the Major has nothing to do with the civilian. I'm sticking out of this. But it's on your side with this, Zuri? Well, I'd not say that. Everyone sees that you don't care for them. You couldn't be some guardian, but all you've ever done is guard the little bubble you keep around yourself. You didn't want to walk this path anymore. You think us society are just a bunch of criminals. Fine, we don't need that sort of attitude around. What? For your sake. I'm done tiptoeing around it. You don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be reminded of you anymore. So get the hell out. Hero of the mission. If we are all such terrible people trying to save Sci-Fi family, you can just sit here and be warrior all day long. Fine. Good. But when you get dragged down by a bunch of drug-dealing slavers, I hope I get to see you cry out for me to help you'll never get. Get out! I didn't. Get out! Go! And you out of my line! Actually, still on Zurich's side. I mean, seriously. I know what happened and so on, but to think that Natalie would trust someone she knows for like 2 days more than someone who knows for a long time, well, something is not correct here. Mrs. Good Judge of Character. What? Nothing, Major. It's not my business to comment on someone's love life. What love? If you talk about it, I'm here to listen. I'm not able to talk about anything. Fair enough. Do you think you're calm enough to perform the mission? Of course I am. Let's go! Yes. Are you sure you don't want her? I need to start living in the world where I have a new security partner. Right, Natalie, I trust your judgment on this one. If keeping her behind keeps the focus of the team sharper, I'll accept the increased security risk. If it happens, call back immediately. I've got second shot prepared with a few extra survival toys. I even have the medical device that I'll permit perform work under my direct supervision if required. We'll be fine. Please don't do anything crazy down there. So when have I ever done anything crazy? In the last week. I promise that I won't do anything crazy down there. Thank you. Find him, get him back here, and we'll continue on our way. Commander! Yes, flight officer. Miss Sionika wants me to try and recover her shovel, so I'll be going with them. Did I prove you to go on this mission? No, sir. Did you get Major Puccile, the mission commander, to prove it? I did. It depends on that automatic shuttle, so I asked Kali to come along. If she would have given me the idea, I would have proved it. Since these shuttles are hard to replace for regular merchants, recovering it, if possible, is the best idea. But my support doesn't put a smile on Kali's face or bring an energy to her small, beleaguered form. Please, inform me next time. I was going to have her help me look over that robot. My crew is falling apart. It's rough at the moment, but I know it will come true. I need you to promise me a second being. Certainly. Bring everyone back home. There's no need to worry. There's ever need to worry, but you are the only person left I can trust. Promise me. Promise. Good, good. Safe travels. Smooth errands on our back the whole way. The idea of her running away crosses my mind as her words float back. She hopes I get captured by slavers. Is everything alright? You look upset. I'll be fast and get my head back focused on the mission. It might not be much, but this really means a lot to me. Just doing my duty. It's not being a hero for once as a Saito. This was what I signed up to do. Help the innocent, protect lives, and show the world how talented I could be. Actually, both of them are not cute in my opinion. I wish I had some way to thank you for taking care of me and for looking out for me the way you do. Heh. Ara leans close to me. I think of fear dancing across her features. Finally, she gives me a quick kiss on the cheek. Thanks. Suspicious? Maybe. Focus, Natalie. Don't think about the cute girls. Okay. Natalie, you are not thinking about the cute girls. You are just thinking about some girls. Think about the dangers. Well, maybe I can daydream a little bit about mending my heart on the way down. The gentle bounces of the shuttle's descent tend to take me off to the distant land of dreams, after burning out so much anger and confusion today, and that sounds amazing. But I don't want to risk being groggy on the ground. No lullaby for me today. Everyone else seems to be lost in their own little world. Candy has been staring out the window with eyes void of emotion the entire trip. Sergeant Griffin has checked her gear at least a dozen times. Faye has the right idea. The second we took off, she curled up in her chair like a cat and immediately went to sleep. Sleep! I want to go to sleep too. Well, after I finish recording, pre-recording and so on. Can I sit here, Natalie? No. I smile and pat the cushion next to me. By all means, no. Thanks. Huh? Nothing. You can tell me, are you afraid of flying? That's all. I was more concerned for that I might have offended you earlier. The kids, it's fine. It's customary to some cultures. Oh! I just didn't know any way to better show my appreciation for looking at me like you do. Well, you know... what? I mean, you're the first person who has looked at me like this in a very long time. Did she not see me watching her? Maybe I came on to her a little too hard when I was drunk. I've been told I'm in trouble in more than one sense of the word. Flirt when I've had a couple drinks. We haven't spoken much, but maybe she noticed the spark. With Tori not wanting to have anything to do with me and my job being so volatile, I did let my eyes wander a bit. I'm glad she didn't get mad at me. You're the first one who has ever looked at me like I was a real person. Hey? It's so wonderful. I've always just been looked at as a tool, a means to an end. A tool? What? People only see me as a means to what they need, but you... Thank you for thinking of me. That's what you meant? What do you think I meant? It's a little embarrassing to say, but I thought you meant kind of how I look at you the first night we met. How you're pretty and it is hard to look away sometimes. You did? Sorry, that just made this awkward, didn't it? Not really, that was happy too. I blushed, looking away. Stop being awkward, Natalie. Change the topic before you make yourself sound too much like a fool to Arya. Sorry, I've just been a bit tired lately and I haven't been the best at keeping track of things. It's because of the Dramon girl, isn't it? Not just her. She has preoccupied a large amount of my thoughts for the last few months, but not all of them. This might be a bit of a left field question, but do you like games? This came out of nowhere. What kind of games? Role-playing ones, puzzle games, platformers, or role-playing games? Oh, you mean datapad games? Non-electronic games are fine as well. I had this interactive chess set that would move the pieces on its own. It was pretty smart, but I could beat it most of the time. Which was nice. I've almost always had to play the end games or single-player ones. Not too many of my friends ever played with me, so I was hoping I could add a new person to the group. Okay. I'm sorry. You don't like games? It's not that I just don't have the time to play them. It's the first time in my life where I had enough downtime to even think that what I'd do if I had downtime. That's barbaric. You should take a break and relax sometimes. I can't. Can't or won't. Our doesn't answer, simply falling silent and staring out the window. That to make some small talk by asking about games seems to have put her in her own world, far different than the one thinking about games put me into. How much longer than we're on the ground? 30 minutes or so, and he wants the rookie to take it nice and slow. Kika wants us to do a stepping combat descent. We'd better in 5 minutes and wait to get to enjoy a roller coaster ride. Sorry, not so fun to make those. Don't worry, I'll teach you. But I thought you didn't know how to fly shuttle. Details. I guess I got a few minutes sleep in a couple of minutes of river riders in before we land. I haven't had a chance to test out the boating game since I purchased it. I pulled out my data pad, but the immediate harsh glare of the lights makes the screen almost unreadable. Heska had been batting the light switch with her tail. It wasn't this bad at the start of the mission. Are we all turning up the lights back here? Why would we do that? The lights have definitely been getting brighter back here. Then close the blinds to the windows or turn down the internal lights. You can do it yourself. I'm not your mom. Okay, Grandpa. Don't make me come back there, you whippersnapper. I laugh at the way she waggles her finger at me, but that's mostly an act to conceal the growing amount of fear in my heart. First the weird sun activity, now the lights acting erratic. It's just that there was that weird sign I picked up. It was similar to that one that destroyed our building crystals, so I'm just a little on edge about weird stuff. If the lights want to get bright this time instead of going out, I'll take the change. I know I'm probably just being overly cautious after what happened last time. Our generators are working perfectly fine. They haven't budged a hair since we got close to the landing zone. They haven't budged since we entered the zone. Maybe I'm overreacting. It's entirely possible that this signal has no impact on our systems. It is just jamming out the ground. But I'm not going to risk falling into the same trap twice. Do you mind if I take one of the radios so I can scan the spectrum? I think that would be wise. I feel great uneasiness settling around us. Alright, I'll give you. Bree! Yeah, madam? I know you aren't the most familiar with the shuttle's checklist, but for getting turned on all my radios, you just play sloppy. No, Lieutenant. I ensured every step was followed with perfect accuracy. Lying to a senior officer can get you in trouble. I used them not too long after takeoff. She's saying the truth. Well, they're all off now. I don't like this at all. Do you think we should abort until we figure out what happened? We can't! This crew discussion time, so shut the fuck up! Please, we have to get down there as quick as possible. I'm not sure this is the best course of action. We could be dying down there. Please, if you won't think of me, think of your crewman's family. Alphonse will get the radio up and I'll take a look at it. If things are looking strange, we just turn around for formulate a new bomb. I believe this is foolhardy, but I plead for Kate, Kylie. Huh? We need your help. Okay. Could you go back to the electrical push the breakers back in for the LRS and see if anything is out of place? Okay. It feels like a dagger to her to watch her legs slowly shuffle their way over to the button in the back of the shuttle. I remember going through Sci-Fi training when all of my instructors told me I had no skill in mentorship and I was always going to be a burden on my teams. At the time I remember getting upset and considering what sort of comments to leave on the end of course survey, but maybe they had a point. This could be a good chance to try and prove that, be there for a junior officer. But she's busy and I don't want to risk making it worse at the point when she's into her duties. We'll get back, I'll do it then. Everything better as well, little key. What's wrong with you? Hey? What? My controls are acting a bit sluggish. Did you turn off the automated nerve servos? Major separatism! Out with it! It's bad! Details! Sir, we have firing both the number 1 and number 2 engines. Both chairs are pushing out power outside. Shouldn't be possible. Sir, on the breakers. I don't think I can enter back on the bus safely. Abnormal power levels. Could it be affecting the Belino crystals in the generators? Are we dealing with a new type of amplification crystal? It might be an unfounded correlation, but we are entering that abnormal signal range. If something is on the ground amplifying its signal and ours are reacting to it. This bad, we need to get out of here fast before the situation gets any worse. Sir, why haven't pulled the fire handles? We only have 2 engines. If I shut them down, we're just going to be a burning meteor. Pilot's controls. Pilot's controls! I need to know if we are still space-worthy. Hey! Get those radios back, Riley! I'm trying, they won't go back in! Don't force them, you idiot! You're only going to... Kylie screeches in surprise and turn away from the flight deck and am rewarded by sight. I never want to see one stuck in a flying steel tube. Why is everyone so loud? Captain Muffalo, get up! She wraps her eyes, looking at the gulps of flame enveloping us with the same half-awake stare she gives me when she wakes up and can't quite remember which dresser is hers. Why is that smoky? They burned the chicken nuggets again? Step out of it, or do you want to become a Fey nugget yourself? That seems to lose Fey a bit, but the situation we are in hasn't hit her as hard as it has hit the rest of us. Why do you put it out yet, Kylie? Kika nuggets aren't on the menu today. He's reading the oxygen lines. I can't get lost without a protective suit. Then get one. We don't have one. Why not? We didn't have no choice. All hands abandon ship. I don't even have a chance to process the order before Kylie already leaves. Into her seat and is slamming the manual drop button. A second later I hear the sliding of a hatch and Kylie sucked out into the bright day below. The flame nip at Faye's fluffy tail and she curls in tight around her. The red seat cushions around her are bursting flames like overdone flaming hot dogs. The button is jammed! Let me! I reach over and slam down the exposed ejection button. Almost instantly the floor drops out from her and yanks her out of the ship. The symbol of the seat jostles me a little bit and I stagger dangerously close to the edge. It's only thanks to Alphonse's smooth flying that I don't stumble the bright abyss below. Nothing could do. Iris found the ground with the restraints on her. The onset of panic is setting in and every second that passes makes it more and more apparent that I need to step in fast. The smoke is starting to make things difficult and I know that our new doctor is going to have his hands full trying to diagnose all of the new diseases I will be contracting from this. With few unlucky misses I get the belts to all snap together. I leave open the small cover on the armrest that protects the small white eject button and after stopping space I fire her off into the fresh air. What are you doing? Get out of here now! With air breath turning to more smoke and less air, I waste any air on a retort. I put myself back over to my seat, going hand over hand on the chairs to guide myself over to one I praise not burning up. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but there is a brand new data in my seat, and my pay isn't going to be supporting one of that caliber anytime soon. Death is a minor risk compared to losing it. No giving up, Natalie, you made it this far. You could make it those last couple steps to freedom. No giving up now. My brain started to get a little muddled, but I recognized the feel of smooth polished plastic and metal sitting safely in my seat. It doesn't seem to be consumed yet, so I better get out now. I hope I'm secured in this. Getting myself strapped in by feel is more challenging than I anticipated, but I don't have time to do a true job. Freedom and life, here I come! Probably. Sky, fresh air, beautiful freedom. I want to be enthused that I escaped from a burning ship, but I have only traded one short-term problem for a long-term one. How am I going to get us home? From here it almost looks like the jungle swamps of the backwater planet with my radar station. I snicker, trying to find the bright side in all of this. Maybe this was just an elaborate plan to tell me that I had been reassigned. And once again, life in the Katajion defense force comes full circle, and I'm falling from the lofty haze, I chip back down to the painful smelly jungle of reality. But that's fine, I'll just have to hit the ground running once more. Ouch! Well then. We'll see what is going on the shuttle basically in the next episode, what those three are going to do. For now, hope you enjoyed it and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.